The story of Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam. In verses 259 to 260 of Surat Al-Baqarah, Allah Almighty narrated a strange and wonderful story related to Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam. This story is a clear proof of Allah's power, life after death, and a belief in monotheism. Tawheed. Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam was a great and esteemed prophet. Allah Almighty commanded him to go towards a deserted town. When he arrived there, he saw that the town was completely desolate and ruined. He was very compassionate, so he was surprised as to why he had been sent to this deserted place. A thought crossed his mind. How will Allah Almighty bring this dead town back to life? This thought was due to wonder, not due to doubt. Allah Almighty heard his thought, as mentioned in Surat Al-Baqarah, verse 259. At that very moment, a strange and a wonderful miracle occurred. A fierce and intense wind blew at that place, and Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam fell asleep, or his soul was taken. Allah Almighty gave him death for 100 years. After a full 100 years, Allah Almighty resurrected him and asked, "How long did you remain asleep?" Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam said, who thought he had slept for a day or part of a day, said, "I remained asleep for a day or for a part of a day." Allah Almighty said, "No, rather, you have remained for 100 years. Look at your food and your drink, your sustenance. It has not spoiled at all. And look at your donkey. It has become a skeleton. We have made you a sign for the people. Now see how we assemble the bones and then cover them with flesh." When all this began to become clear, Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam's eyes were opened. He saw that his food was just as fresh as if it had been left yesterday, but his donkey had died and its bones were scattered. Suddenly, before his very eyes, those bones began to move, began to join together. The donkey's skeleton was prepared. Then flesh began to cover it. In this way, the donkey came back to life and began to bray. Witnessing this miracle, Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam exclaimed, "Now I know for sure that my Lord has power over all things." During his long sleep or death, that deserted town had become populated again. When he returned to his town, he asked the people, "Do you know Uzair?" meaning me. They said, "Yes, he was a great prophet. Over 100 years have passed since his death." Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam said, "I am Uzair." The people did not believe him. They brought an old woman whose age was 120 years. They asked her about the signs of Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam. That old woman described 10 distinguishing features of Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam, and she was looking at the person standing before her who matched all those signs. Then they believed that this was indeed Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam. Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam stayed among them. He taught them the Torah again, as they had forgotten it. The people of the town were very impressed by him and began to hold him in great respect because of this tremendous miracle. Gradually, they fell into ghulu, exaggeration in reverence, and developed the belief that Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam was the son of Allah. Allah Almighty, condemning this false belief, said in Surat At-Tawbah, verse 30, "And the Jews say, Ezra is the son of Allah." That is their statement from their mouths. They imitate the saying of those who disbelieved before them. May Allah destroy them. How are they deluded? This crime, that is ascribing a son to Allah, emerged among them and continues to this day, to the extent that even today some Jews believe Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam to be the son of Allah. They also call him by the name of divine saint and say that this holy being is from Allah and is worthy of worship. This is their slander. May Allah curse them. He will surely punish them for this crime. Lesson and advice. This story teaches us that no matter how high a spiritual station a human being reaches, and no matter how much of Allah's special mercy and closeness he attains, he still remains a servant of Allah. He cannot become Allah or Allah's son upon reaching any level, nor can he become a partner with Allah. Allah is pure and is utterly free from all attributes of having children. The biggest mistake of man is that when he sees a saint or a prophet performing acts that are beyond the realm of reason, he, out of love and devotion, exclaims that this being is Allah himself, who has come in human form, or his son, or is a partner of Allah. He does not think that, undoubtedly, the occurrence of these events is actually the occurrence of Allah's power which passes through that servant. These acts are not performed by the servant's own hands, but are manifested through Allah's power. Despite this, that prophet is neither Allah nor his son, but rather his chosen servant. These miracles are manifested only as a sign of Allah's special grace and his truthfulness. Otherwise, that servant is just as helpless and powerless before Allah as other creations. The Holy Quran described the reality of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam in Surat Al Imran verse 59 in this manner. Indeed, the example of Jesus to Allah is like that of Adam. He created him from dust, then he said to him, "Be," and he was. This means that if anyone could be called the son of Allah, it should have been said first for Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, who was created without a mother or a father. Therefore, holding the belief about any prophet or saint that he is the son of Allah is absolutely wrong, futile and invalid. And with this, the story of Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam reached its end.